Hey, what's up, my true seekers? How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. I'm gonna wait for a little more to come in, and I'm gonna go ahead and start my live. Yes, indeed. But let me go ahead and play this until more people come on.
Max told me earlier that he may
As you can
come, the
see,
new king, to look at the flowers, but he has
as you
come
can
to
see right
greet
here,
the people,
it looked
and
like
they are
Charles just
excited to
couldn't
see their
wait.
new king at the same time, mourning the loss of the former queen, his mother. So this is quite a moment to witness, Max. Don't you agree?
He just got a big kiss on the lips. I think this would be very, very heartening to him to.
I just wanted to play that right quick, but as you can see right here, it looked like Prince Charles, well now King, King Charles. It looked like he just couldn't wait. I mean, the lady's body is still warm. That's just to show you that they mourn, different from how because no way in the world I would be out there, not now, and not only that, when he gave that speech, letting everybody know that he's king now. To me, I would have went ahead and I would have waited, at least 2 days, because the lady just died like last week. I'm not yesterday. Her body is still warm. But guys, if you're just coming in, welcome to my live. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. I'm gonna go ahead and start right here. As you can see by the topic, what I have is the same crime, different punishment. And I guess, some dreams do come true, because we handle things, as you can see, totally different than how other people handle things. And the reason why I came up with this topic, the same crime, different punishment, because it's the same thing. Charles, he cheated on his wife, Prince Diane, with Camilla. And now Camilla, the mistress, she gets to sit on the throne with Charles, even though they got her as queen. I think what you call it, queen consort. So I don't know if she actually have duties or she just, that title just means that she just his wife. I don't know, but it's just to show you that when it comes to us, we would sit there and hand our own people to them on a silver platter. Not only that, we would nail them to the cross. But you see, they're not going to do their own people like that. The way that we handle things, they're not going to do their own people like that. But we would. But we would. And that's why I compare these two. That's Martell Holtz on Love and Marriage in Huntsville, and that's Ariane Curry. And the reason why I compare the two is because we tend to sit there and nail our people to the cross. And you don't see that these people nailing not Prince, King Charles, you don't see that they nailing him to the cross. You don't see nothing like that. But that's just to show you that we still have a long ways to go. Because Prince Diane went through pure hell. Pure hell. She went through a lot, as you can see. She's not even here with us today. But yet, small things, you know, like this, when it comes to this stuff that's on these reality shows, we take it to heart. We dig all into these people's personal life, even wants to go on their business site and tear them down. But yet you don't see nobody making blogs about Queen Well, now Queen Camilla and King Charles, you don't see none of these bloggers that was tearing down Martell and Ariane Curry. Like I say, I'm Team Right. I'm just calling it like it is. But you don't see no one tearing them down. We tend to turn the other head when it's stuff like this. But let it be our own. Let it be our own. We would nail them to the cross. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see, how we handle things different. They don't handle things the way that we do. We want to be the police. We want to be the judge, the jury, and the executor and hand our people over. That's what we like to do. But they are not going to do that. When their people do stuff, you ain't going to hear not one pin drop. Not one pin drop. Look at the other brother, Prince Andrew, the big scandal that he had. They sat there and told you it wasn't true, and you took it and you accept it. But not when it comes to us. We won't do that. We're not going to do nothing like that. We're going to keep pounding on it and keep pounding on it until we hand our brother or our sister over to the Babylonian on silver platter. That's the way that we do it. We handle things like that. But see, they're not going to handle things like that. But we will. Let me go ahead and play this right here.
Their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, have arrived. Please stand.
They shouldn't be welcomed as leaders of the country, as representatives of the head of state. How these two young white people now going to be here saying we are going to kowtow to them and we are going to bend and bow and kneel to them. Those days are done. The monarchy is a relic.
And you see this sister right here, she's not going to have it. You know, they coming on, sitting on a throne and sitting up like these powerful. But this sister, she's not going to have it. She calling it out. She's sitting there saying, no one, not these days, not in the 21st century. They ain't going to bow down to this mess. Now he's coming into someone else's country. I don't know if that's Jamaican or Africa, wherever he's at. But he's coming and they got a pedestal where he's standing up on a pedestal. The only white person standing on the pedestal talking to all these black people, and they got to bow down to him. They say, no, not so. Not in the 21st century. These people are not going to have that. Just look at this. Look at this right here. Now, you know, enough is enough. And this lady said that they're not going to have this. They're not going to take this no more. And I was just hoping that when, as he called King Charles III, I was just hoping he said that he was going to pass the baton to his son, Prince Williams. I was just hoping he was going to say that because of all the stuff that he have done. I was just hoping that he would say something like that. But these people, they are not going to give up their throne. Trust me. Until someone sat there and say, look, this is it. This has got to stop. You know, enough is enough. But what I'm trying to do is trying to compare the two so you guys can see how we pick and choose, how we will put our foot on each other. But these people, they're not going to do their own people like that. These people is not going to do their own people like that. But we would. We will. We'll do something like that. But they're not. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. You know, it's time for us to wake up, you know. And stop being the judge, the jury, and the executor. Stop trying to sit there and police our own people. Hi, Frida. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a long, long time. Glad that you are here. Thank you, girl. I am glad to hear from you. So, how are you doing? Yes. Haven't talked to you in a while, girl. So, how are you doing? Just here sitting there trying to talk about all this stuff that's going on because, like I said, we have our pickers and choosers, and it's time for us to stop because these people have gotten away with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that these people have gotten away with. And we don't hold them, we don't hold them, we don't nail them to the cross. Look, this man, his mom wasn't even died a good day. I don't think it's a day yet. I don't, a couple hours. And he's out there sitting there, out there shaking hands and claiming his throne. And like I say, if our people celebrate something like this, something got to be wrong. Something got to be wrong, especially how these people had put their foot on our neck. Let me go ahead and read this right here. This coming from the EFF, that's the Economic Freedom Fighters. Let me read this statement that they had put out. This was Thursday, the 8th, where they said the Economic Freedom Fighters note the death of Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, the Queen of the United Kingdom, and the ceremonial head of state of several countries that were colonized by the United Kingdom. Elizabeth ascended to the throne in 1952, reigning from 70 years at a head as a head of an institution built up, sustained, and living off a brutal legacy of dehumanization of millions of people across the world. We do not mourn the death of Elizabeth because to us, her death is a reminder of a very tragic period in the country and African's history. Britain, under the leadership of the royal family, took over control of this territory that would become South Africa in 1795, from BATAVIAN. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, control, and took permanent control of the territory in 1806. From that moment onwards, native people of this land have never known peace, nor have they ever enjoyed the fruit of the riches of the land, riches which were and still are utilized for the enrichment the British royal family and those who look like them. From 1811, when Sir John Cradock, CRADOCK, declared war against AMAXHOSA, was known as the Eastern Cape up until 1906, when the British crushed the Barbados rebellions. Our interaction with British under the leadership of the Britain royal family has been one of the pain and suffering of death and dispossession and of dehumanization of African people. We remember how NXELE died in the aftermath of the Fifth Fortile War, how King Hidas was killed like a dog on the 11th of May 1835 during the Sixth Frontier War, and had his body mutilated and his head taken to British as a trophy. Oh my God. It was also the British royal family that sanctioned the action of Cecil John Rhodes, who founded their country in Zimbabwe and Zobodian. It was the British. So they saying that anybody that wants to go ahead and moan on stuff like this, they advise no one, especially how they went through pure hell, with the colonization. Like I said, we have to learn to research, do our proper research and see all the stuff that's going on, because the facts is out there. No way in the world that you can sit there and say that this is not true, because it's there. All we have to do is just research. And we cannot sit there and have no sympathy of someone that put their foot and oppress our people, and still is from this day. But yet, we want to go ahead and turn the other cheek because we so mesmerized of what we see. But we don't want to find the facts of how they got there. And like I say, this does not make no sense, guys. It does not make no sense at all. Let me see if I can play a little more of this right here. So, Frida, I'm glad you're here, girl. Glad you're in here. But I'm just here just talking about this. This is about it. And people are standing up because, people are sick and tired,
deeply
enough is
involved
enough.
in the slave trade and making money off the slave trade. Charles II granted a charter to the Royal Adventurers originally, and they were then reconstituted as the Royal African Company to deal directly in enslaved Africans and to sell them in the New World, but primarily to the colonies in...
Just look at this. Look at this. You remember this. We saw this right here in our history books, but they just only told a little small piece of it. They didn't really tell us the truth about all this. But just look at this right here. How they packed our ancestors in like a bunch of animals, like sardines in a can, profiting off of our ancestors and still profiting today. Because all that wealth that they have made, most of that wealth came out of Africa. And their children are reaping the benefits. And it's time for people to sit there and tell the truth. We can't keep sugarcoating it. We can't. Just look at this. And anyone that don't see any wrong in something like this, then they have a problem. They have a problem.
Caribbean and mainland North America.
This was one of the greatest atrocities in human history.
I'm buffering, Frida. You say I'm buffering? It's buffering? Sorry about that, guys. Frida say I'm buffering. You know how when you try to tell the truth on stuff, things like this happen because, the devil don't like when you pull the wolves off of them. Stuff like this happens, but ain't nobody mad but the devil. Because like I say, long as we sitting there, teaching our people all these white lies and not telling the truth, you're going to always have problems like this. But ain't nobody mad but the devil. Because like I said, we are right now, we are waking up. And our people is not going to, take this anymore. If they see the truth, they're gonna go and they're gonna tell it. Who wants to live under a dictator or people that's, pressing our people down. And that's why I told you guys we got to stop with all this foolishness, focusing on the wrong stuff. We so busy focusing on our people, but we letting them run, letting them sitting there just working overtime on us. Frida, I left my link down there. If you want to come and join and talk about it, you're welcome to it. But enough is enough, and I'm trying to compare the two. I want you guys to see it, especially you bloggers out there. I want you guys to see the truth. We focus on crazy stuff. We would nail our own people to the cross. We would nail our people to the cross, but these people, other people, they're not going to do their own people like this. They're not. But we will. And I don't see no bloggers out there, the ones that say that they hate men that cheat on their wives. They hate Martell Holtz because what he did to Melanie on Love and Marriage in Huntsville on a reality show, they hate it. But yet we got some people right now where we know the facts that's sitting on a throne, that they condone all this. You don't see nobody out there saying crucify. You don't see nobody trying to nail Prince Charles or King Charles to the cross. You don't see nobody. These people are celebrating this man, lifting him up, lifting this man up. But yet we tearing our own down. And I'm not trying to give nobody a pass, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, be fair. Just be fair about it. Because we all fall short. None of us are perfect. None of us. We all fall short, but it's not until kingdom come. Because they're not going to sit there and do their people like that. As you can see right now, they out there sitting there lifting this man up. This man, he out there shaking hands, sitting on the throne right now, ready to rule and reign. Already in this position. But what we do, That's just to show you guys that we are just messed up. We got our priorities all messed up. Enough is enough. It's time for us to wake up. Because as you can see right here, these people, they are working overtime on us. Everything that most they have, everything was built off the backs of slaves. So what are we supposed to do? Let it go, forget about it? But yet, they children's children is reaping the harvest. See, we don't want to talk about nothing like this. We only want to talk about things that's going to tear one another down. Like I said, we nothing but a bunch of crabs in a barrel. That's all we are. We're a bunch of crabs in a barrel. We're not going to talk about no other issues that's going on out there but our own. Tearing each other up. You don't see none of these bloggers. All those bloggers that have been talking about Mattel and talking about Melanie and all this stuff. You don't see none of them people talking about stuff like this. How Prince Charles sat there and had a mistress while he was married. You guys ain't gonna talk about that. Now she's the queen? Wow. Wow. Like I said there and say, ain't nothing till the end. Anything is possible, as you can see right there. So if we got a king that's sitting on the throne and put his mistress on the throne, then Martell might have a chance. What you think? But I don't think we see it like that because we so distracted by all this foolish stuff. And like I told you guys, in here I eat meat. We don't no babies in here, only grown folks. We gonna tell it like it is. Enough is enough. And as you can see, we got our priorities all messed up. We looking at the wrong things. So guys, if you got any questions, whatever you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free, because I felt the need to go ahead and talk about this. Because this right here is messed up. These people sitting there have been putting their foot on our people neck, cleaned them up dry, didn't leave nothing for them. All their artifacts, everything, still sitting in British museums. All the gold, you saw the gold that Queen Elizabeth was showing. Where do you think all that stuff came from? It's a big history behind all this stuff. And we can't keep sitting there sweeping all this behind, under the rug. It's time for that to come out. And this generation, like I told you guys, this generation is not going to have it. They are not going to take it, not no more. They going to call it like they see it. Enough is enough. And I know that a lot of people, when it comes to stuff like this, people, they don't want to hear nothing like this because people, they like their ears. They like to be tickled. People wants to be sugarcoat. People likes drama because drama sells. Stuff like this not sells. It's not going to sell because our people is not ready to wake up. But it's time for someone to sit there and shake it, If it took that, then hey, oh well. Hey, Osun, how you doing? And Osun is right there from England. If you want to come on and talk about it, you're welcome to it because, in your country, I know most of your people is mourning over King, what's her name? Queen Elizabeth. But like I said, it's a lot of stuff that had went on, a lot of stuff behind all this, and people don't want to talk about it. Hey, my girl, how you doing?
Hi, I'm okay. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, girl. How it is down there in England? Let's talk about it.
Oh man, well. At first, I didn't know. I mean, when I heard they went to Balmoral to see her, and then when I woke up, my daughter told me she died or something. But obviously, right, there's been a lot of people at Buckingham Palace from when she died, which was yesterday and today being Saturday. They're gonna be doing a whole heap of mourning for a long while, but not everybody is down with that because we know what the crimes, what crimes she done, plus the crown. Because on the Facebook post they was talking about a few of the crimes, plus to do with her son being linked with Epstein. So my grand always said she was a wicked woman, but it's plain to see because people's also saying because her husband died, this is why she died herself. Let me turn it down. Yeah, so yeah, there's only the royal watchers which will be around the Buckingham Palace. The ones who's not really in it ain't gonna be around that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it was a bit interesting watching all the so-called woke, putting up her face on Facebook and
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, which I found very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I called it out, and some was mad. I said, I'm not debating with nobody about it, to be honest, because once you know the history of the family, of the royal family, and the intermarrying with cousins and all that stuff, um, what can be said really? She. There is a few posts on her Instagram talking about the parts that England played in. I think Africa things, Canadian, something to do with missing children.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of crimes. There's a lot of crimes, really. It's a lot. That's why I never covered it. I don't know if you noticed. I haven't covered this on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually tried. I've actually because I'm not a royal watcher. Even when they got married, the children when they got married, I don't really participate. But the sky always tells. Like when there's a change of prime minister, something happens big. The sky normally shows a lot. So it
Mm-hmm.
was quiet and eerie on day the day she died. I think was the Wednesday or the Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and um, they was down there like all afternoon yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
there's probably gonna be I can't remember how long of mourning, but I would just be moving as
Probably a long time. Most likely, probably most likely about 7, maybe about 2 weeks. They gonna hold that body for at least 2 weeks.
yeah, and then put her in state.
Yeah. This is what I want to talk about. This right here, the new royal line of successors. Can you see the chart?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me. You can see the chart good.
yeah, I can.
I
Yeah.
wanted to know why. Okay, we know that this right here is Prince Williams. Why
Mhm.
it's going to pass down to all of his kids before it gets to Prince Harry? Look like if Prince William cannot take the throne, do his duties or whatever, however you guys call it. Look
Mm,
like it should go to Prince Harry. So
mm,
why would, because he the one that's went out there and did his duties and whatever he needed to do way before Prince William's 3 kids, you know. So why would they skip over Prince Harry, in order to make Prince William's kids, king and queens? I don't understand that.
Oh, I never understood that. But my daughter did try to explain it to me because I thought it would be passed to them, but apparently my daughter said no, it will go to William first, then, um, then, Charles apparently is on the throne. Apparently, he's reigning now for the time being. I think I don't know how it goes. But yeah, my daughter did give me a little bit of insight into it. That how he's just the first one in line before his brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if because it's to do with age or because he's an older one or what.
Frida said because he left the kingdom, but he really didn't leave. They pretty much kicked him out because, and I'm gonna say allegedly on all this. Like I said, it's on our opinion. We all have opinion at the end of the day, but they said that they was being discriminated and it was just unbearable where they had to leave.
Yes, true. It's true because his wife went through a great deal of racism. They didn't accept her. They had an issue with it. There was a lot, so that's why they came. That's why they moved out and went to Canada. Because yeah, Canada. They moved to Canada. She was not accepted at all. Not like Williams. Not like Kate. So
Mm-hmm.
there was that as well. The English people had the issue with her, being that she had a little bit of color in her. Um, yeah, because like I literally watch it played out a little bit. Um, she did talk about it in interviews and stuff. I mean, I know you can't put up the Oprah one, but in the Oprah one, she really goes in about it because like she felt that they didn't accept her at all, and being that it was a love relationship and not a set, not a fixed one.
Yeah, like the rest of them.
Yeah, they had an issue with her, and so instead of making her children go through whatever, she decided. I think the both of them must have came to a conclusion to leave, but also because of what happened to his mother, he didn't want it to happen to his wife. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and this is the part that I don't understand, because they weren't about Meghan Marcus have African blood in her. You know, well, she's African, but
hmm,
if true be told, the entire every last one of them, because they all came from the bloodline of Queen Charlotte, and
hmm,
Queen Charlotte was African American. She came from Africa.
yes,
And
yeah,
I don't understand why they wants to cover that part up, because they got a picture looking like she's white, but Queen Charlotte is an African.
yeah,
She is an
yeah.
African. I know you know about that, right?
Yeah, and also the Queen, where in the history books they did also, she also adopted I think, well, they said so slave. I know some people don't want to believe that it existed, but she also had a slave which was in the house, Victoria. I think it's Victoria, one of them did adopted, yeah, an African lady, and she was made like she taught her to read and everything, and then she married another African man, but I can't remember whether she went back to Africa or whatever, because there was a documentary that covered that over here as well.
Mm-hmm. And you see what Frida said, Frida Thompson said, it's over for the European nation. This is very significant. And they know that their time is up. You know, their time is up and they are being exposed. I don't even think that King Charles, which I'm going to say King Charles after, because of respect. But I don't know if he going to reign on that throne very long, because I think he's like 73 years old, right?
Yeah, he's old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's old. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm not really a royal watcher,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, it's it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on because
Mm-hmm.
even with the move of political what's going on over here, another woman is prime minister. Not the last woman prime minister that was over here was Maggie Thatcher,
Mm-hmm.
and now there's this lady Tess whatever, right? She's the new prime minister, but I don't think she's gonna stay there for long. It is the same party that was running England, because there's a Tory party, Conservative, which is Tory, similar to the Republicans of America, and they're running the country basically, which means
And
that
what is your nationality, Ocean?
I'm half Trinidadian, half Barbadian, but I'm
Mhm.
born over there. Yeah.
So I want to know, how does it make you feel, and the people that's of African descent that's living in England, how does it make you feel when the whole the whole, the palace is entire white, lily white? Does it make it feel like y'all don't belongs there? Like, I know you belongs there because you built it, but you don't see a piece of you inside of that palace.
They will never be, there will never be any piece of us in the palace at all, because I mean, I always talk about the Windrush days. I have a video, a long old video about the Windrush days, and Benjamin Zephaniah talks about the Windrush days where came over. They asked for the West Indians to come over, and then they treated them like rubbish, and um it's like they never really accept. I mean, the ones who intermarry or whatever, sometimes they can be lucky or whatever, but the country on a whole still thinks of black people as what you call it, prostitutes, thieves, and gangsters.
Wow.
And
But so that's
yeah,
how they look at the people in British, the African descendants, as gangsters. And just like they see us down here as one fifth of a human being, but yet everything was built off of the backs of a slave, off a black person, but yet they want to look at us as lazy or thugs or nothing. That
Yes,
does not
yes.
make no sense when we built just about everything.
Well. My thing is, well, like you, I was self-employed at one point, and I did a few little, what's it, triangle businesses, but it's like you got extra to prove all the time, and on top of that, and then on top of that, even though my grandmother per se worked over here, right, they will never recognize her anyway because, um,
So your grandmother's in England too?
no, she died. She died uh, 5 years ago, something like that.
So your
And
entire family was in England?
not the entire family is over here. The majority still lives in the West Indies and a few in America.
Okay.
At the same time, they, like, like they had a sus law where, like, where every time you step somewhere, you had to have a letter to say where you was going. You have to go through certain stuff. The men was treated like they literally used to hunt the black men and beat them up and then put them in jail. There also was the Musgrove Seven, where they used to harass them till they ended up defending themselves, which is in Labrador Grove. So there's a lot of history. There's a New Cross fire over here where a party got firebombed and people jumped out of the window, etc. There was a few
Wow.
survivors, and there was a huge march. Um, so the New Cross fire, because I live near it, I live near where the fire happened. There was a huge march, and the whole of England, the whole of England was taken over. There was the riots over here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of history over here. Um, right, but some of the English people are not are very ignorant to the history. So
Mm-hmm.
even though a lot have been fought, like the West Indians, they went into war. There's a lot of nurses. My grand was an SCN nurse over here from Trinidad. So um, my grand told a lot of stories about the Teddy Boys, about a lot of stuff. Um, so over here is rampant for racism. That's why a lot of people
Wow.
up here is running to Ghana or Gambia now, but not all of us can run. You see what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
because
And that's what they want you to do. They want you to leave, but why would you leave out of something that you built? You
well,
help build. I know how it makes you feel like you're not a part of it, but like I said, it's time for you guys to start, and not only, you know, in England, but here right in the United States. Like I say, we are counted like sheep for slaughter everywhere we go just because of the color of our skin. But it's time for us to stand still because their days are numbered. As you can see, just look around. It's
wow,
almost doom's time for them. They are being exposed. Hi,
wow,
college. How are you doing? But it's just a shame that you hate it just because of the color of your skin. And the thing about it is, how can they hate you when you are the ones that's keeping them alive? Without you, it won't be them. They would never have what they have without the African descendants.
well, not only that, we're not only that. During I can't remember the century. Um, Before, right, they had no you know the when, right, when they used to go toilet, they used to sling the pee out of the window and all this sort of stuff. They had the plague, and you know also, yeah, I just remembered now, my fault. The West Indians, when they came over here, they taught them to bathe, they taught them spices, they taught them about jerk chicken. They taught him a lot of things. They talk about rhythm. Um, they fed in. They helped in a lot of places, but they were like he said because of color of skin. Right, obviously, right. They don't look on things in that way. They just have this warped mind, and but you only see it. You see it in mostly the new people. That's when it's getting gentrified. You see the new people landing in certain areas that they would never be in before,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell, like because I was talking to my littlest one today about color, like colors of people and stuff like that, and it's like you know like if you teach your children the certain thing, like white is not bad or whatever, um like to them, that like if you're teaching them your child the opposite, to them it's like racism and stuff in reverse. But they do a lot. They do a lot over here sometimes. I mean, there was a young man that got killed just recently over here
In England.
in England. I haven't posted him on my IG, mind you, yet, because I'm gonna see how their protesting is going first before I do anything. Well, that one's constant because every time I put up something on the IG, either to do with the man jumping off the London Bridge when he thought his life was in danger with the police. Like it seems like he'll just be morbid and pulling stuff up, but I'm just trying to show people in the States that how the same thing you're going through, we're going through over here, because now they're starting to use the shooting tactics over here now. Like
Mm-hmm.
so it's just trying to make people understand. That's why I get upset when people try to divide, like, oh yeah right, UK is thinks differently, thinks a certain way, but not all of us think like that, who is of color, you know what I mean? So it's just hard to make certain people in the States understand that we all standing in the same hole. um they will kill that, right, um like Peanut Nola always say, right, we're better together as a
Mm-hmm.
one than separated. But people tend to want to separate. And now that there's been a change in power on this side, there might be a change of power over that end. Because I know that it's a chain reaction. Because the Americas is the mother and England is the daughter. So
Mm-hmm. And
you
I
kind.
always thought it was the other way around.
Or is it the other way around? Well, I
Mm-hmm.
know I get it wrong, but yeah. So, but it's just like they copycat certain stuff from America.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
try over here, and it's a very not a very nice to think about
Mm-hmm.
possibilities of what can happen over here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say really.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very daunting right now.
I don't know if it's going to last because I don't understand why they need a monarchy anyway. It should be abolished. And now that King Charles is taking the throne, and we know his history, everybody's saying, forget about his history and let's move forward. But
Hmm.
how can you forget his history, when, you know, it's just so much blood is just dripping. It doesn't
Hmm.
make no sense. So what you think about, it should be abolished.
Yeah, well. Apparently, the royals don't hold water over here anyway, because like
Mm-hmm.
they can't make moves without Parliament telling them what to do. So yeah, it's pointless, really, that they're about. Really, I mean, right now, I mean, they're sitting on riches of the people, um, taxpayers' money, as they say, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They travel all over the place. Okay, fair enough, right? Diana did make little changes. She did a lot of charities and whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones, I feel that they're not the same. Maybe Harry maybe might stand in the same catchment as his mother, but Yeah, it's not really. I don't think they're needed. But then he will become like the rock, like the Rogan, the rog, what they call them, the Roganovs that they get killed off in
Mm-hmm.
Russia or wherever. I can't remember the place exactly. I've forgotten now. But the story, but it'd be something like that because it's just that how most people are not awake to certain stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a video with a young lady, a white young lady, literally saying that how the royals are not important. She literally says it, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
a lady in her 20s. So if they're saying that already, and her body's not even cold yet, so yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not. It's just that they're not respected as much. I think they've done too much in the past as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Frida told. I don't understand what she's saying. All our presidents is related to the royal family. It's over. I don't quite understand what she's saying. College said we can't forget about his brother who was Epstein right hand man. You're right. We talked about that, Prince Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
They saying that what he did, it's not true. Like I said, they could tell you to forget about something and erase it out of your mind, like we some robots, and we forget about it. We don't talk about it anymore. But
Hmm.
let it been one of us, let it been somebody of us, we would nail them to the cross.
Long time ago too, because and what's so strange is that how right, there's photographs of him. So I mean,
Yeah,
people.
with those, yeah, 17-year-old, right?
Yeah, yeah. So they talk about conspiracy theories, okay, right? Right? They look at conspiracy theories and say, "Oh yeah, right, these certain things don't exist." Right? I did not think that the cabal exists until when I started doing proper investigations on certain stuff, their secret parties, all that stuff. Um, there is a lot going on, and the reason what they're trying to do, they're trying to silence the YouTubers from talking.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only certain stuff you can put up on about, say Maxwell or whoever, like so. Yes, their bloodline is all kind of linked in a their bloodline is linked. I think I know where Frida's coming from on that side. Their bloodline
Mm-hmm.
is linked, but at the same time, like like the queen, she was German. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people don't know that she was German, and she
Mm-hmm.
was also in a secret sect at one as well. She was initiated into a secret sect
Mm-hmm.
herself. So if you don't know what is what, all the secret societies that is going around as well. I mean, they said that the royals didn't attend certain Bohemian Grove and all this stuff, but loads of the presidents did as well. They went to them places, and as much as we are not awake to certain stuff, like my friend on the IG, he would tell me that how like the how they be executed and this one be executed and stuff like that. But they do need to be held for what they have done, because
Mm-hmm.
the adrenochrome thing is very deep, and that's why they were looking young for a very long time. They stopped getting adrenochrome during the lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but people, I don't know, maybe some people choose to sit in the dark, but I mean, and I know I mean a lot, sorry. Sorry, it's my train of thought. But yeah, so I just think that how people need to, right, you just need to just sit down and just learn what is going on around you. That's why they talk about,
Mm-hmm.
like, as much as this big Lavidash funeral is gonna be on, but there's gonna be other stuff coming with it. You know what I mean? Food shortages, heating going up even more. Uh, like I said, their so-called taxpayers' money is going to be paying for her funeral anyway, and right, the food, really, like, she should not have. Okay, I don't know if I should say she should not, but it should be. a way in which like they don't spend as much because England right now can't afford to do a lot because they're in the red.
They in the red. How is that? And they make billions of dollars. They are one of the wealthiest country.
No, no more.
The monarchy. And then they said all the money that Prince Charles have is going to go to Prince William's. The
Hmm.
money that he made when he was prince, it's something like the money goes down to the next in line, and then Prince Charles, not Prince Charles, now King Charles, he gonna receive all the stuff that what Queen Elizabeth have, and all that right there passed down to him, and all of his stuff passed down to Prince Williams.
Because they came out of the EU, right? The European Union, it's hurt them a lot. It's hurt them a lot. I mean, they're
Hmm.
gonna feel it next month, October. They're probably gonna feel it burn a little more now because now, right, they're probably gonna spend like a lot of money on the funeral, like I said. But later on, right, everybody's gonna feel it over here, literally. So it's gonna be
Hmm.
a choice between eating or heating. So it's gonna be a choice of that. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be very, very, very deep over here,
Hmm.
and
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 now they say it's a feedback. Now
uh,
they saying that Buckingham Palace was upset, when the Sun, this news article had came out where Queen, well, it was Princess Elizabeth at the time, but her mom, them, they all was saluting doing that Hitler salute. You read an article about that?
yeah, I remember that was
Y-
Harry.
No, not Harry.
Was it
Harry did it
Harry?
before. No, I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth.
Oh,
When she
what?
was a child, her mom, her parents, they all was in the front lawn. They was raising up their hands. I have that. Let me see
They
if I
were
can.
Nazi
Yeah,
sympathizers. That's what I
they
read.
was saluting, doing the Gnostic signs.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
did
were
you
not.
see it?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. They were Nazi
Uh huh.
sympathizers, and there's a whole. There's honestly, I wish I could pull up my one what I have here, but there was a whole heap of information coming out
Uh
on
huh.
Facebook. Yeah, there's a lot, really a lot. I mean, yeah, she should be, but she's German anyway, so I mean, like, we shouldn't be
Hmm.
surprised, really, and that explains
Links to slavery began.
Let me
why
see
the
if
National
I think
Front.
it's. I think this it right here. Let me see. Let me see if this it.
The royal family's links to slavery began during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. The crown and the royal family was deeply involved in the slave trade and making money off the slave trade. Charles II granted a charter to the royal adventurers originally, and they were then reconstituted as the Royal African Company to deal directly in enslaved Africans and to sell them in the New World, but primarily to the colonies in the Caribbean and mainland North America.
This was one of the greatest atrocities uh, in human history. And those who suffered in this atrocity are persons from the region, a lot of persons from the Caribbean region. And that suffering was not only immense, it was generational. And a lot of wealth was derived from the suffering, a lot of benefits was derived from the suffering.
The brands that were used on the bodies of enslaved people
That's not
featured
it.
the name.
Let me move. That's not the one. That's not the one I was talking about. But is a picture that the Sun article. It was like exclusive, where it has says that I think it was like in 1933, a film had showed where Edward VIII was teaching this Nazi salutes, where the Queen Elizabeth, when she was a child, she was saluting, doing the Nazi sign as well. But it's a lot of history where I was reading this morning Hitler played a lot into the royal family. He played a lot. He they, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of dark secrets that's behind all this. A college say that they are overrated, living in a fantasy. Yeah, they living in a fantasy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've been living life. They've been living life for a very long time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing how they're able to go over to countries. That's why when they went to Barbados or Jamaica, the Rastafari was very mad when Kate and Harry sat behind the drums during a Naya Bingi session because the Rastas are against the royal side. So they don't deal with that. You know what I mean? So to them it was a bit of a should I say taking the birdies. I don't I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
not to say T
Oh,
word.
so they was upset. They was upset when
They
they
was
did
very
that.
upset. They was very upset with it. And because one of them was a singer, Muta Baruka, I think, spoke about it because Naya Bingi, the name Naya Bingi, come from a warrior queen. So when they play the drum or they play the beats, it's against all of that. It's against Babylon. So for them, for them to have those two sitting behind the drums while they're singing what their chants, it was very disrespectful to the Rastafari movement and the people of the Rastafari community,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of the things that really got the Rastafari community upset.
Mm-hmm.
And also another thing was when they went to Barbados and they had to hand over Barbados, make it a independent country, which happened suddenly while they was doing their tour, and so right, they just had to make Barbados independent because Barbados have a history of enslavement
Mm-hmm.
at such a rate that even till this day, there's MPs who have a place. There's a whole castle sitting in Barbados right now. He's linked to Tate and Lyle, and he was saying that how he's not the past family or whatever, but he's getting the riches from the plantation to this
Mm-hmm.
day. So I did a build on that ages ago, but he is sitting pretty because oh yeah, and also the Bajans are not allowed to go into that plot of land. They're not allowed to go inside of it. They're not allowed to go into the place. Not allowed to go into the plantation house at all. They have to pass it. So honestly, there's a lot to be told because England was a place where sugar, where they loved sweet. They
Yeah,
loved
sugar cane, sugar cane. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they love sweetness, and they did a whole heap of deals with like to get sugar over to this side, over to here, and the West Indies where they had the rebellious slaves. Obviously, I know people don't like to say it existed once again, so I'm going to throw that bit in because I know people have a problem with that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the plantations are sitting there. Even in Trinidad to this day, they have the
Mm-hmm.
wheel where they used to spin to make. I think it was sugar cane again. So
I
there's a
have a
lot.
lot. I have a lot down here because I live in the south, the deep south,
Hmm,
and we have a lot of sugar cane and a
hmm.
lot of plantation homes.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes.
Marie.
Hi, Marie.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
a lot of plantation homes and a lot of sugar cane. But
Hmm,
I think that every person that own a plantation,
mm-hmm.
they should give us a percentage of that. They should cut us a royalty check.
Yes.
If you own a plantation and your children is still reaping off it from today,
Hmm,
then we should get a royalty check from that. And
hmm,
everyone, even I was reading like Yale College, plantations build that worked for free, and every company, so many companies I was reading I mean, you would be surprised the companies that I was reading that prospered all for slaves and still exist today. Even Tiffany, Tiffany jewelry, Stella, the
Yes.
Tiffany jewelry.
Yes.
They
And
even them
Barclays.
them chains, those chains represent the chains of slaves back then. They
Yes.
even prospered off of the backs of slaves. So
Yes.
I don't know why our people break their necks to buy those chains to go into those companies, knowing that those companies was built off the back of slaves. They should be able to cut us a royalty check. This what college says. This man really said he's going to serve with loyalty, respect, and love. This man need not to be even sitting on that throne. Tell you the truth,
Yes. Yes.
that's a disgrace.
Yes. They done a lot. They done a lot. But 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 in the day, I mean, when I was a rebel, when I was around the black movement, the black power movement, right? I used to talk. I used to say to the white people then about that, and they will say, look, right. Well, I'm not my ancestor, but some of them will say that, but also they're turning the plantation houses into, pardon me, places for weddings. So there's plantation porn going on. There's
Yeah, for weddings and stuff.
all sorts of stuff going
But
on,
who wants to go into a plantation? My niece did that. I didn't understand why did she do that.
it's
Why
just
would you want to go into a plantation home to have a wedding,
it's
knowing
just
the
sad.
stuff that our ancestors went through? The spirits is still roaming all around that place.
Yes, and and on top of that, I know there was a place where a lady used to torture the slaves in the basement of her house in New Orleans as well. So
Oh,
it's
girl, it's a big history down here. You'll be surprised the stuff,
yeah,
when it comes to slaves, in
yes,
New Orleans.
yeah. So I mean, but most of I think was it England who cut up African places to give to different places. So most Africans speak French, and you can tell who took over their countries from how they speak. Like if they speak
Mm-hmm.
French and Portuguese and whatever else, they carved up Africa, and
Mm-hmm.
and and and, like I said, until this day, England's been really living on the riches of the backs. They have streets named after certain things, Black Boy Street, and all this stuff over here.
Come on.
It's just a lot go. There's a lot. There's a lot over here. They even have a Masonic link too, because down Jubilee of Street or one of them, which I did discover, there is pyramids in certain places. But if you're not looking for these things, you will not see the pyramids that are there,
Hi,
which
unapologetic facts.
which represents the Masonic roots, the Freemasons roots. There's certain places down near let me say Waterloo. There's down Waterloo, like I did a walk from Waterloo Station to Borough Market. There's a place of a
Wow.
lieutenant, and he was given a whole tribute, and the historian lady told me, because the current runs from one end to the other, the current is currency in here over here. So there is a lot that is shown over here. Like it's just looking at the places, and sometimes when you're looking at the cobbler or streets and certain places over here, they do show what they stand for over here on certain
Mm-hmm.
grounds. They have a whole British Museum full of stuff,
Yeah, and
right?
that's what they need to do. They need to. The first thing that Charles needs to sign when he already on the throne, but
Mm,
he needs to return all the African artifacts back to Africa. That's
mm,
what he needs to do, because I read where they said that they wanted them to return all the artifacts back, and they said, if we return it back to Africa, they won't do nothing but destroy it. But like I said, that is their stuff. They do whatever they want. They do whatever they want. That is their stuff. You stole their stuff. So guys, make sure you subscribe to Ocean Yami, her channel. You got your link. Put your link in my private so I can go ahead and post your link. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her channel. She's from England, and trust me, she can see everything that's going on. And it's just a sad day. It's just a sad day, just to see that it's no change. It's no change. Our people been hunted down like slaves, like sheep for the slaughter, just because of the color of our skin. And the thing about it, Ocean, when they wanted to get slaves, they sent a boat, a ship called Jesus, but yet they call themselves Christians. How can you send a ship called Jesus to capture so many slaves, to bring them down there to work for free? It just don't make no sense. And these people, they got a lot to pay for, because like I told you, the blood of Abel is still crying from the grave. And I don't care if it happened 100 years, 200 years ago. It happened. And the thing about it is that they are benefiting off it. Their children's children is benefiting off it today.
Yeah, yeah, because over here they have certain programs like of very rich children. Like there's this program called Made in Chelsea, and you can see that the children is able to go to Dubai, go different places. They show this, you know what I mean? So
This is
that means
Ocean Link, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
like 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 there was a class war at first, but it's not a class. Well, they said that there's not a color war, it's a class war going on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming from a certain place, right, they see you like a certain ways, they don't understand. So when you see them at carnival, which happened this year, no, though, like they don't like the noise and they don't like this. They want the carnival to move from where it is now. But the carnival was only brought there because a Michael, I forgot his name, got stabbed in Labrador Grove, and the people wanted to make peace amongst themselves. So they decided, Claudia Jones decided to create carnival over here because she was a Trinidadian, and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted a piece of home wherever they are. West Indians always have a piece of home wherever they are, whether it be markets, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So so then gradually, like now, it's gradually getting whiter and whiter by the minute, the carnival. And I think they're thinking of moving it to Hyde Park, which means that people have to pay to go into the carnival. And even the Jamaican independence over here, they had to pay to go into parks to do Jamaican independence. And before that, like before, you used to be able to go into the parks, but like they like the culture. The problem is they like the culture, they don't like the people. They
Ain't
like the
that so? They want our culture, but they
but they
don't
don't
like the
like
people.
the people, and it's the
That's
same.
sad. That's sad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the same thing with I mean, like I said to one person, I used to do African dance at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't very white before. Now, when you go now, the African classes are more white, middle class
Mm-hmm.
women being part of Gambian, learning to do Mali dances, um, Nigerian dance. You see them in Nigerian weddings a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of that, lot of videos like that. They love our culture. They love it. They will be part of
Yeah,
us.
yeah. That they
They
always did love our culture, but they hate us. But
hate
how
us.
far you live from the Buckingham Palace?
Oh, I live very far from it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not close to that. I would have to take a lot of trains and a lot of buses to get there.
Well, okay. But you passed by it, right?
No, I
Before.
don't. I have seen it in passing. When I'm no, I've been driven by cars and stuff, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like more than an hour from me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's there is a rich and poor divide, but like I said, they're now gentrifying the place and all that, but not running from your subject matter still, because it's very sad that how we us as a people cannot come together as one without saying
Well,
whatever
it's
religion.
everywhere because of us. We kind, we are the chosen one. We kind of like sheep for the slaughter. So, what is the word on the street about Camilla? Is queen now?
I don't even know. I don't even like that woman.
We need your friend. What's your friend name? I need him on here. What's his name? The other, the one that
Oh,
comes,
Earl. Oh, I
Earl.
haven't
I
seen
need
him in
Earl.
ages.
I need Earl. Make sure I'm gonna make sure Earl I could do an interview with Earl. I need to
Yeah,
do an
Earl.
interview with Earl while everybody's
Yeah,
talking about England
yeah,
because he knows everything.
yeah, he
Because
does.
I wants to know that's what I'm gonna ask Earl. When Earl comes on my platform, I'm gonna ask him what is the word on the curve about Camilla because Camilla was the mistress.
Yeah,
Now
she
all of a
was.
sudden the mistress is the queen. They call her the queen consort. So if they
Yeah,
calling her the queen consort, that means that she don't really have a title, right? She got a title, but she don't have to do the duties, right? She just
yes,
like the wife. That what it means?
yes, yes, exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
yes.
isn't that something that a queen that a mistress can become a queen? My God.
But before, the mistresses wasn't allowed to become a queen because
Huh?
One of the Edwards had the issue with that, didn't he? One of the Edwards where he met a woman outside of marriage and they didn't make her queen. She
Mm-hmm.
was just his, like he said, his consort, isn't it? So,
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting that how Camilla's got that space now, but
Because they're not the rightful owners. These people are imposters.
yes.
They not they sitting on that throne, but that throne is not theirs. That's why I say they are about to be exposed.
Mm,
Because no way in the world that could that could be possible.
hmm,
No way in the world that could be possible.
yeah. Yeah,
And just
but
like somebody did say, they live in a fantasy world.
they do.
They make up the rules as they screw up. They make the rules to benefit them because no one really is getting anything beneficial out of that palace but their family. The
Yes.
money is only trickling down to their family, nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't understand how you guys can allow this to happen without abolishing this. This needs to stop.
Well, the thing over here is right. The the
Hmm.
the conscious one says a lot of stuff, right? Right. They did a whole march to Parliament, and they were late getting there before the Parliament closed. Right. They did a reparations march. They call it Messiah month. They do it every Messiah month. They do it, which is August, and to this day, I haven't heard no results. I've heard nothing, and because a lot of people it's not about marching and whatever, right? They will tell you, oh yeah, you should march and etc. etc. But it's just, man, it just gets ridiculous over here. Oh yeah, she finally gets to be queen.
Very sad. That's a very sad, very sad. That's
Yeah,
just to
she,
show you that we live in a world that love his own. These people, but like I said, they will be exposed because I don't think that this is going to last. It's not going to last, and then not with King Charles sitting on the throne and Camilla. Come on now,
hmm,
it's like I said, that's horrible. And the thing about it, the lady just died yesterday. Body is
yeah,
still warm. He out
yes,
there shaking hands and sitting, getting himself setting ready to
set
sit on the throne.
down.
It doesn't make no sense. But like I said, we live in a world that love his own, but their time is near, very near. They are being exposed as we speak right now. And someone had asked Prince Williams, "Is there any races that's in the palace?" And he said, "No." Why would he say that? So he's trying to make his brother and his sister-in-law as a liar. Why would he say that when the people that's living in England is saying there's a lot of division in there. Look at the palace. The palace is snow white, lily white. And I read the only ones that of color can work there, they got to be domestic. No one in clerical could work there. You know, you're not, if you black, you're not going to get a good position unless you're going in there to clean up after them. Girl, it's
Yeah,
time for someone to pull the wolves off of them.
yeah, we'll see in it. I mean, as the time goes by, I'm sure there'll be stories coming out over here
Mm-hmm.
about whatever they're doing. I mean, you got that newsreel right there, which I mean, I haven't since she died. To be honest with you, I have not been watching the TV. I've watched no YouTube's on it or
So you
nothing.
haven't been watching it because they done cut through all of our stations, every
No,
last all our stations. So I can imagine what it is like there down, up there in England.
horrible over here.
Uh,
I am literally dodging it.
even y'all paid channels, they probably have the Queen of England on the paid
Yes,
channels.
yes, yes, they
But
probably
every
do.
channel I turn to, they talking about the royal family.
No, do you know what I've been doing, real? Shall I tell you how I get around all that BS?
Hmm.
Go, I watch Amazon Prime and Netflix.
Oh, so that's why you don't see none of that.
No, this is ridiculous, right? I mean, you turn on the TV, you know the sky, and then you see all the purple on it, and you're like, right, okay. Um, like I said, I never was a royalist, and I don't intend to be none now. So, um, but I know there is gonna be a lot of stuff happening with them. So, I just watch the chips drop basically. I'm about that life in it. So,
Hmm.
um, yes, but yeah, I mean, yeah, they're just really really filtered nearly everything. So
Hmm.
apart from the YouTube, which they haven't filtered all of it. I mean, people are talking about it,
Of course,
but I'm
round
not.
the clock, round the clock. I bet you. I want to know what Earl is saying about it.
I don't think Earl's done anything on his channel because
He has his own channel, Earl.
yeah, he has his channel, but he hasn't been on it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he does a live or something, then I will see him. But he
Mm-hmm.
hasn't done nothing in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Colleagues say the USA media is giving this family a lot of airtime, and they are mesmerized. The United States is mesmerized. They idolize England, and the thing about it is, we got people. Look, Ocean right there from England, and they're not sitting there idolizing their own people. But America always did idolize England. You cannot turn nothing, you cannot even turn your station without
hmm,
these people cutting through your channel talking about Queen Elizabeth.
hmm, hmm. Well, like I said, the only way around it is if you have Amazon Prime, a stream or something else other than, because you need to have something other than. That's why I don't. Sometimes I try not to do news because the
Mm-hmm.
news is always bad, as you can see. Like most of the things I put up is death, stabbing, um, yeah, them type of things. So um, and not only that, like I said, every time right a black person is seen portrayed over here or something, it's always gangland, something like that, something other than, it's never like a successful person or whatever. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing good about say with the Americas is like Pursuit of Happiness was very good. I mean, Will Smith is a dog, but
Mm-hmm.
Pursuit of Happiness showed that how black people can be successful and do
Mm-hmm.
other things, and even the us lot over here look over to America in a lot of ways, even how
Mm-hmm.
the children dress. So um, they talk about UK drill, which I heard it came from America. So, um, yeah, so I'm not surprised that you say that, really, to be honest, because even when they portray English over in America, it's always a certain way. They're normally the ones who is the killers or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting, anyway.
Like I said, we just kind of like sheep for the slaughter everywhere we go, just
Mm,
because of the color of our skin. But like I say, we got to know who we are.
mm-hmm.
We just got to know where we are, you
Yeah.
know.
But definitely, I will say to you all, right, right. Don't believe what you hear. Keep your eyes open. Like a person said on my post today, she said the veil is lifting, so everybody is
She
aware.
said what?
The veil is lifting off the eyes of people. So people are looking beyond
Hmm.
what is in front of them right now. They
The
can't.
veil is lifting. You don't
Yeah,
think so?
yeah. It is because even us talking here now, right, we're
Hmm.
talking here, we're talking about the Camilla thing. I mean, nobody likes Camilla anyway, whether you're
Hmm.
Roy Ritual or not. So it's what they stand for. The royal family doesn't stand for anything good anyway. They never
Hmm.
has, and they never
Hmm.
will. So for her to get such a big thing, I mean, it's understandable because like she ruled a lot of places. They can't.
Hmm.
What's it? That word I can never say. They ruled a lot of places. They made friends with America.
They
The president.
colonized everywhere they went.
That's the one. Yeah. So and they made friends with presidents and stuff like that. That's why the racist one, Nigel Farage, went to talk to Trump, and then he wanted to make England great. He
Who?
went,
Who? Trump?
no, Nigel Farage.
Oh, okay.
There's a racist called Nigel Farage over here.
Hmm.
He was into Mr. Trump a lot,
Hmm.
and he wanted to follow the same thing that Trump was doing.
Hmm.
There was a lot of racism did rise by a lot over here. Muslims
Hmm.
was getting it. Most people was getting it. So like I said, it's a chain reaction.
Hmm.
And, and it's interesting that you also said that how the US is giving her so much airtime. Like over here,
Hmm.
like luckily, like if you
Because
got.
they mesmerized with stuff like that, because they like that.
Ugh, it's just mad. But like if you got other stations to watch or whatever extras
Mhm.
on your TV, just don't watch. Yeah, she is.
Well,
She
I have a lot of stations. I'm with Direct TV, but the thing about
is.
it is that these people is like a god to them.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But like I said, yeah. I mean, if probably if Earl knew you was live, he probably would have reached because like he knows about the reptilians and all that stuff, and
Hmm.
the stuff that they deal with a lot of stuff. They're very
So, do
diverse.
you think that? I remember I was hearing that they were saying Elizabeth is a reptilian.
Yeah.
That's why she had lived 96 years till 96, and they say finally I read the Reaper,
Mm,
and finally came and got it, you know but people say all kinds of stuff.
yeah. But their family have lived very well on a
Hmm.
lot of things. Their
Hmm.
belly is fat.
What you say?
Their belly is fat.
Yeah, this article right here, Ocean, is talking about Queen Elizabeth death stirs debate about colonialism, slavery, and British racism. And it was talking about, it says the trip was supposed to be the equation of a victory lap, a week-long ceremony run through the Caribbean to celebrate Queen Elizabeth uh the second 70 years at a monarch. But the March trip by Britain Prince William and his wife Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, was married by protest called for reparation and cancel a Stop. So this is what I want to know. What do you think about reparation? Do you think that, you guys down there deserve reparation as well as we? That's what I want to talk about.
We all deserve it. We all
Yeah,
deserve.
yeah. So are y'all pushing the issue like we trying to push the issue when it comes to reparation?
Yeah, they are doing it a lot over here. I mean, yeah, they're doing it
Mhm.
a lot. Um, there was like I said, they did the march last August. That's
Mhm.
so they march every August, August 1st, and yeah, they're pushing the reparations thing, but
Mhm.
but it's like England, right? England's going into debt itself. I mean, the money's not a lot over here right now, right?
Mhm.
Like the Brexit clearly changed a lot of things. There is not a lot of foods on the shelves, but they're getting foods from the back of the shops and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and well, the big stores. So they also got rid of a lot of immigrants who was doing little simple works because of the Brexit. So
Mhm.
um, yeah, that's a big fight. That's gonna be a big, very big fight.
Mhm. Because
Yeah.
they was talking about it, that they were saying that they did some payoff to some of the people, the descendants of slaves in England, where some of them, and I don't know if it's true or not. This article right here, it says the British colonists shamed slave owners giving huge payoff after abolish. They say it's the let me see what it said. Let me put my glasses on. They say the true scale of British involvement in the slave trade has been laid bare in documents revealing how the country's wealthiest family received a modest equivalence of billions of pounds in compensation after slavery was abolished. Now, if these people receive billions, y'all say billions of pounds, we call, when I think of billions, I'm thinking billions of dollars. But if they
Mm.
made all that money off the back of slaves, and you say this country is really pretty much bankrupt, how could that possibly happen? Is it because it's just trickling down to their families?
Yeah, there's trickling down to families. They're paying for stuff they don't need. Um, they're they're very extravagant over here when it comes to certain stuff. When it was the Jubilee, they did a whole lot, and
Hmm.
this is after lockdown. When they came out of lockdown, they did a lot. Put it that way. The Jubilee was the biggest one, and
Now,
the
what is
year
the Jubilee? I heard about the Jubilee before.
Oh, the Jubilee was like pertaining to the royals, where like she would get a big old like guards marching and going on the bridges, and I mean she didn't do it this time, but lavish places made up for them to eat. They dress up and go through all that protocol and all this stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Jubilee is like her platinum one. I think her platinum one was the most flashiest one ever, where she went under the bridge
Hmm.
as well. And my daughter did say, "Mum, right, time's coming," and I said, "Oh, really?"
Hmm.
So my daughter predicted a few things where they was
She
cancelled.
did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. So yeah, there's not a lot of money here. I mean, the pound is going down, up and down, up and down, up and down
Hmm.
right now. Like I said, a lot of people's escaping from here. Well, people's coming here, but a lot of people's escaping as well. And
They leaving England.
yeah, there's a lot of expats leaving, going to Africas and different places and doing
Hmm.
house stuff. Um, Yeah, this is really it's getting to that point. I mean, right now it looks okay, right now,
Hmm.
but like we just gotta watch. But by October, it'll be what the criticalist point, like at this
Hmm.
point. So yeah.
Now, I'm a very scary person when it comes to stuff like this. Frida used to talk about it all the time.
Hmm.
What you think about this right here? I don't know why I came up on this, but I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this right here.
Hmm. Yeah,
Do you actually believe this,
I don't believe
that
it,
these people are reptilians?
but David Icke said it. I don't believe that, but they have said that they'd be
Mm-hmm.
morphing in front of the camera and all. No, I don't believe that really. I
Because
mean, unless I see it for myself, then I believe it.
because they're saying that's what, and like I said, it's just our opinion. You put it out, we air, you air it out. We got free game to talk about it, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
because a lot of people used to talk about this all the time. I guess they were saying because she had lived so long, where
Hmm.
they were saying that talking about people are reptilians. They said a lot of people, but I'm not really into it. Like I said, I don't really open the door to stuff like this.
Hmm.
But I know that we are not the only ones on this, walking on this earth. We're walking on this planet. You know,
Hmm.
it. I think that they have aliens. Which I'm not. I don't do no research about it or anything. But Frida used to talk about it all the time. So they were saying that a lot of these people is not really who they are. They even talked about Wendy Williams. A lot of people are really reptilians, and I don't know too much about that. This really is my first time even talking about stuff like this, but it's just some weird stuff that's going on. And they also said that with Queen Elizabeth, her death, it was 9/9/2022, and they say if you turn the nines around, it really, and like 2022, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, and
Hmm.
they saying like all that was equal to 666.
Hmm.
Do you know anything about that? You
Yeah, that's numerology, isn't it? But I don't really.
Well, that's what they were saying. I
Yeah,
don't really get into that because you know
numer- numerology is something else. It's a whole nother something else. I mean,
mhm,
when Sun God reaches, I'm sure he's into all that crazy, all that. Well, I'm not saying it's craziness because there's nothing wrong with numerology, but um, yeah, it's not impossible. Like I said, nothing is new under the sun. So if it is that way, if it is so, it is so because um, they do things in sequence with numbers. They do that.
mhm.
Not like she like even how even the time she died, the time was in the evening time, afternoon, evening.
Well, they say, if I saw a video, if the, the day that this day was like a sacrifice day for her, 666, because because it was 9/9, and you taking those numbers and turning it around, and it
Mm,
came out to 666. But something demonic about these people, because I never forget when Meghan Marcus had got married, the little boy that was behind her. I mean, he was making face. It was just looking so demonic. It's just, I don't know. I guess even she saw some of the demonic stuff that was going on. And like I say, you'd be surprised who we are amongst. And these people, like I said there and say, it's they have a lot of dark secrets. Like my friend told me, the rabbit hole is very deep when it comes to those people in England. Those British people in that palace. They have a history, a long history. And because I used to be thinking, I say, how can these people, you know, be so powerful, become so powerful, and weaken an entire planet? Really, they weaken the entire planet. How can they become so powerful like that? You ever thought of like that, Ocean?
I never really thought of it like that, to be honest. I just think that how they are very evil in the deeds what they done.
Hmm.
I
But how
just
could how could who backed them up to to be so powerful where they can overturn an entire race?
they are evil. They're just evil people.
But
They
it got to be a force behind that.
No, I don't think it's a force. I think it's just them. I don't think it's a force. I think people are people at the end of the day. If they dislike. I mean, because like, don't forget, right? They used to go over to Africa and say voodoo was whatever, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And make weird black and white movies about it.
Mm-hmm.
To when other people started going over there and wrote the book, the Pale White Horse, and different things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And they were very good at writing propagandas. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
voodoo and witchcraft, it is real. I don't practice it, but it, like I said, it is real. It's a what I call is a temporary fix. It'll form, but it won't prosper.
hmm, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but but the way how they dealt with a lot of stuff, black churches. I mean, I could throw black churches into it, for instance, right? Right. At one point, there was the separation bill where they had over in the Americas, where like they will get the preachers to say certain stuff to the black congregations and stuff like that, and like you could not be in white areas with a black church, etc., etc. From what I remember from history lessons, kind of, I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying that how they they made plans, right? They made plans. You talk about the good ship Jesus, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, they made plans. They sat down. They made a plan about this ship
Mm-hmm.
because the
Did y'all
people,
talk about it in y'all history books?
yeah, they did, but they did talk about it. But later on, when I discovered like Forbidden Love, where a master he used to he used to R word the women and then write on how good they was, and etc. etc. There's a
Mm-hmm.
book called Forbidden Love, and there was there was this. Well, I lost my train of thought, but there was a lot going on, and they are so evil that they did the ship, and
Mm-hmm.
as the white slaves was running away, that's why they got darker skin. That's why they got the black ones to take the places of the white
Mm-hmm.
slaves.
This is a ship right here. The ship is was called Jesus. Was the name of the ship? The
Yeah.
slave ship captured by Sir John Harkins in 1564 by appointment of the Queen of England.
Hmm.
And just look at this, how they packed so many of our ancestors in this slave. Just look like a can of sardines.
Hmm.
And you trying to say that we do not deserve reparation? Come on now.
Hmm.
Look, to be sold on board. Look at
Hmm.
that.
They're just cargo, isn't it? That the right
Yes.
it was the labor and cargo.
Mm-hmm.
So right, we came over with the chickens and the cows and all the extras, the guns and the ammunition.
Because we was considered as cattles.
Yeah.
We
So
was considered as cattles.
yeah. So
Like I
so
said,
so
these people got a lot to people. They got a lot
after.
to pay for.
Yeah, yeah, a lot, a lot. The blood spilled everywhere
Mm-hmm.
of the people, but it's like we need to believe in ourselves and we need to empower ourselves and empower
Mm-hmm.
others so that we can sort of be stronger. I mean, yeah, be stronger. Yeah, just be stronger because
Mm-hmm.
our biggest weakness is our division. With division, we this one got a better thing than me. We're jealous over nothing. Well, some people have a jealousy, which it's just sometimes you need to just go, just stick together. Probably weed out the traitors and all that if you have to do vet
Mm-hmm.
people out, or whatever, because otherwise, right, we will never get nowhere. Now, people have been talking about getting this and getting that for how many years, and we ain't got nothing for how many years, and
Mm-hmm.
it leaves me questioning myself, like like why haven't we moved up to the top of the mount off of the pyramid? We're still at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of the pyramid.
Oh,
So,
our day is coming, and look this right here. this ship right here, the ship of Jesus. And then they said something about Jesus, 700-ton ship purchased. It was purchased by King Henry the Eighth. It was purchased by Henry King the Eighth, and you know, and you trying to say that these people does not deserve a reparation? Look, just look at this. Look at this. How look at that. Human beings. I mean, these people don't have a conscience. You see it
Yeah, I see it.
when we join the church of Jesus. It's just that they don't have a conscience. I don't know how they can do that. The good ship Jesus. You know, how could
Mm,
they live with themselves?
mm,
And like I say, someone have to pay because this generation right here, they are woke.
very
And
well.
very, you right. This generation is not gonna take what your grandmother or your whoever down that line. No, these generation right here, they gonna, if they don't get it, they gonna take it by force because you know they are living off the children's bread.
Mm. It's
And
just
I used to ask myself, I say, how can a continent as rich as Africa allow these people to come in and just overturn an entire race?
because it's the corruptions as well. Because they it's just the corruptions as well with the politics in Africa as well. There's a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
going on. And they even went and put oil in certain places like the Niger River is full of oil and pestilence and stuff like that. They're just dumping oil all over the flipping place. They're not even thinking about the people
And
living there.
wondering why the water was the African people water was all muddy and all unclean water. The reason why it was
Unclean.
muddy and unclean because you was drilling. You had pipelines underneath these people water, and they drinking all that stuff, stealing these people oil.
Yes,
And that's why the water was dirty.
yeah, and the debt that Haiti had, or apparently what the African countries had a debt to here, or one of the countries, I can't remember which country it was. It's just so much. It's like, how can you enslave a country or whatever, take enslave people from a country and then you have them in debt, but they're
Mm-hmm.
talking your language. Like, you take away their names, you take away who they are,
The culture, everything.
everything. And then, like, the little culture what they have there, right? You call them heathens and all this stuff. Then you went over Nigeria. Then you formed. Then another war happened over there between the Igbos and the Yorubas and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And this is all because of their them inserting themselves into the country and stuff. The Hutsis and Tutsis was another one. Like, it's just crazy.
It's messed up, And the thing about it is that these people been in power for over 700 years. That's a long time.
It
Over
is.
700 years, these people been in power.
Mm,
But like I say, everything got to come to the end. What goes up must come down.
mm. Yeah, it's just
And just
very.
like Apologetic said, she says, look, they have no souls, no hearts. Because
Yes,
anyone that can do such thing like that, they heartless. These are some evil demonic people,
yes,
very evil demonic people that is walking amongst us.
yes.
Because everything that they touch, hell follows. Everything that they touch, hell follows.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why over where you lot are, I will say to you lot, better make sure you lot taking care of business, so they're prepping, because they are about that life. They will shoot to kill if they have to.
Of
They will
course.
say all sorts of stuff about, as the Black Lives Matter. marches has shown. They will say in an instant, okay, this is this like you should not be in any sport the way you are. I mean, I see it play out on many videos. It's just seem like it's an unsafe place. You can't even go into an area to get a house without being faced with racism. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Karens you have to deal with. I mean, there's Karens over here too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's that scale right there. I think it's very dangerous place. America can be a very dangerous place. Certain parts of it, and as much as they say Africa is dangerous, yes, Africa is dangerous. There is
Mm-hmm.
kidnapping and stuff, but at the same time, it's not. It's for other reasons why the people is doing what they're doing. Like it's not because
They had got on Don Lemons. You know Don Lemons on CNN, right?
no.
Well, he's a news reporter on CNN.
Hmm,
He said that the biggest terrorism is right here on American soil. And that's
true.
absolutely true. We looking at all these other people in other different countries, but it's right here in our backyard. It's
It's
right here.
homegrown. Yes, and and it
We
shows.
have more blood on our hand down here in the good USA than any other country. We did more killing than anybody. And the thing about it is with the Klansmen, you heard of the KKK, right? The
Yeah,
Klansmen. They
yeah.
never demolished them. They
No,
are still alive today, and they are the biggest terrorism out there ever. They
and the
have did a
police
lot
everywhere.
of
Yeah,
damage. But
yeah, I believe it.
when a black, just like when a black organization get together, they quick to sit there and dismantle it.
Yes,
But the
yeah,
minute, why no one never dismantled the KKK,
because
the
half of them are
Nazis?
part of it.
Why?
Because they're
Hmm?
part of it. They're part
Because
of
they are
it.
part of it.
And also remember Grandmaster Jay when they said he was pointing a gun at somebody or whatever. But when but all they were doing was marching because they did something at a shop. So Grandmaster Jay turned up with his crew, his
Mm-hmm.
people, to show, look, right, you can't be over here taking liberties with our people. And they went and they got Grandmaster J. Now Grandmaster J could have been like the next Malcolm X coming up because
He's still in
he
jail.
had,
He's still in prison.
I don't even know, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know whether he's still in there. But I mean, it's worse than Marimba. What Jamal Marimba, I think his name is one of the Black Panthers. He's still in prison till this
Mm-hmm.
day. I think I can't remember whether he died or almost died in the prison, but he's still in the prison. So it's just like it's like they're quick to silence when they find you're making too much noise. They're quick to silence you, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Because they can't stand to see a black man in power. Because
no.
they know if we ever come together, then their kingdom will fall down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also that's another reason why Malcolm X got shut down because Malcolm X had a way about him. He was able to capture the people's
Mm-hmm.
minds and show them that they can be greater than they can be. He
Mm-hmm.
showed the men to be soldiers, fathers, and workers. You know what I mean? So, man, I could go into a rant, but I won't. I'm trying.
Well, that's why they don't want to see us together because they know if we ever come together, they know that we can be a very powerful nation if we ever come together. But that's why they keep us division, fighting with each other amongst each other. Because as long as we fighting each other, we'll never be able to come together. And that's they know us better than we know ourselves.
Yeah, because we are very powerful people, but
Very
sometimes,
powerful people.
but, but we just don't dig into our power. I mean, I had the same
Hmm.
conversation earlier with someone else. We don't dig into our power. We are very. There are some of us who's very hard workers. Not everybody is supposed to be on the same playing field. Right?
Hmm.
Some of us is supposed to be. Right? We all have our phases of part of the war.
Hmm.
Okay, but people think by making a shouting, making your voice louder, like the talk of empty barrel making the loudest noise come to mind sometimes with certain people. And it's just like it's like there's no strategy. We're so quick to tell the whole world, okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this, I'm doing that, right? Um, it's like sometimes, right, you have to know who to trust and sometimes talk off the line. Well, that was one
Mm-hmm.
of the things, one of the problems I seem to have with with the conscious community. They seem to want to say a lot of stuff, but you'll be on a Zoom and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom is being monitored by what's his name, Zuckerberg or whoever the heck. And so though when you're thinking you're talking in silence, you're not. So you gotta
Mm-hmm.
find another way to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm. But see, the thing about it is, we got so many chiefs, and no one wants to be Indian. Nobody
Yeah.
want to be Indians, and
Yeah.
we have to realize that we all are made to. We all have different gifts.
Hmm.
It's just like the eyes. The eyes cannot do what the ear can do. The hand cannot do what the feet could do. But we all are part of one body,
Hmm.
and when we could come together and realize all are part of one body, then we can become powerful. We can be able to come out of this mess.
Hmm.
But you see, long as we keep, sitting at the table, long as we sitting there, don't know who we are, keep all this spending, because we are one of the biggest consumers. We spend trillions of dollars a year.
Hmm.
So we could spend trillions of dollars a year. Why we can't build nothing? Why we
Yeah.
can't have nothing of our own? Why
Yeah.
we the biggest spender?
Yes. Yes. And then
That
we
does
got
not that does not make no sense.
yeah. And then we got Umar, who's got a whole how much buildings doing nothing. I'm sure there is people who could do something with them buildings that he's got.
And he's very knowledgeable. They may talk about him a lot, but when it comes to Dr. Umar, I listen to a lot of his teaching. He's very, very knowledgeable.
Hmm.
And this is what I think when it comes to Dr. Umar. People want to call him scam. They want to call him this, saying the school is never going to come up. This is what I think. We
Hmm.
spend trillions of dollars on all this BS.
Hmm.
Why don't you just take a chance and just help him build his school? Or if you don't want to help him to build a school, build a black school where we can get our kids out of these public schools, and we can start teaching our kids, because it's easy for us to say what a person is not doing, but we are not doing it either. You get
Hmm.
where I'm coming from, Ocean?
Yeah. 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 I understand that.
Because Dr. Umar is, I mean, his teaching, I mean, sometimes I could just sit for hours, or I don't even have to listen to his videos. When I go on his channel, I just automatic hit like, because I know he's spitting out that knowledge,
Hmm.
and everybody's saying, well, he's that. There's no perfect person. None of us perfect. We all have flaws. But I believe that if we can put out to those kinker worms, them palm worms, and them locusts, then we can start building and investing in our own community.
Hmm.
That's how I
Hmm.
see it.
Yeah. I
She
hear what
say
you.
like Kanye is trying to do. What is Kanye is trying to do? I really don't follow him. What he's doing? You know anything what Kanye is doing?
No, I just know what Acorn was doing.
Yeah, he was trying to build Africa. Parts of Africa.
Yeah, give lights and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Kanye's on the Kim Kardashians. Well, even though he's not with her, but I mean,
Hmm
the only thing he's done so far is told truths about
The
her.
Kardashians.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really know, to be honest with you, but
Hmm.
I'm off because it's nearly 2 o'clock over here.
Oh yeah, what time it is down there?
It's 2 o'clock now.
Girl,
So
you're not tired?
yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep in a minute.
Yeah,
I've been trying to watch a few things while this craziness is going on.
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah. Cause girl, it's 2 o'clock. Girl, take us what time it is down here. Just 8 o'clock.
it's what in the morning.
No, 8 o'clock at night p.m.
Oh, night. Okay.
And girl, you are 2 o'clock. Girl, I'll be so tired. I don't know
Yeah.
how you could be staying up late like that. And then you have small kids.
Yeah.
How could
Well,
you do it?
I'm going. Well. She's going to school now, so I'll be able to. I have to change my times when I do videos. I have to do them a little later now. I keep
Mm,
scheduling them and trying to catch up on my one. So I so seeing you doing this one at this time, I get it.
hmm
Yeah.
She said
Oh,
he is trying to build schools for the community. Oh, that is great. I'm gonna start
about
doing some
time.
research on that.
About time. He was living pretty underneath Kardashians for how long? He needs
Who?
to do something, Mr. Kanye West.
Yeah. I'm
He even
glad he's
turned.
doing good, something good because them Kardashian had made him crazy.
Yeah, he went crazy. Like he went to a whole nother level. That's why
Hmm
I talk about Travis Scott is the one I look at mainly because he's young and because he's with one of the daughters. I
Oh,
mostly look
good.
Travis crazy Scott. I look at him.
Wow. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start making some videos on Kanye West. It says Kanye West. Let me put my glasses on because I can't see this stuff. Kanye West plans to build Dondra, that's his mom, university on
Mm,
Young Thug's land. So he's trying to build, I guess, a school. It's saying just like Holly said in his
mm.
mom's name because you know his mom was I think what's his mom was a doctor, right? She was a doctor
Yeah, I'm
or a
not sure.
psychiatrist.
I'm not sure. I think he was a psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye West is taking up Young Thug offer when Kanye West isn't putting Adidas and the Gap on blast. He's putting his focus on other ventures. Dondra University has been on Yee's mind for a minute, especially now that Dondre Academy is up and running. And they say it's up and running. Oh my God! I'm gonna stick a pin on this. Thank you, college and unapologetic for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah.
So I got more material to talk about. I could talk about Kanye West now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I love to hear stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm the same. I like when they're doing something
Mm-hmm.
and they're out of those women's reach because to be honest, those women literally take the soul out of the guys, out the men. Um I do believe they're witches, I ain't gonna lie. They're
Mm-hmm.
witches or they're in a coven or something because even after the thing happened with Travis Scott, the mother had a
A college professor. Mm-hmm.
the mother, well, I forgot Jenna Kardashian. She had a whole party after
Mm-hmm.
all what happened went down with Travis Scott and that thing what he did, and
Mm-hmm.
you know there is some dynamic hold they do have over the men. It's like the
Yeah,
men be totally zone out.
yeah. Unapologist say he wants his children to go to Dondred school. Yeah, I did hear something about it, but I just passed it up because I didn't read, to know exactly what he was doing. I did hear he is talking about he wanted his kids to go to his school, but the Kardashian wanted the kids to go to a white school. I did hear something like that, but now, this makes sense. Of course, let the children go to his school
Mm,
because Kanye is very smart. But I am so glad to hear stuff like this, especially when I see that my people are doing some building because they say that we can't do it anymore.
mm,
That mold is broken after Black Wall Street. No, we can do it. We can come together and do it. We can come together and do it. So, girl, look, I know you are tired. So, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get you some rest. You not tired?
okay. Yeah, I'm
Um,
tired. Yeah.
yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and give me some rest too. But
Mm,
this is what, oh, girl, I surely enjoyed you. I'm not gonna tell you no lie because it's like I saw England through your eyes, okay? And
mm,
at least giving us an insight of it, even though you don't follow those people like we so mesmerize and idolize these people. That's
mm,
just to show you how, you know, you guys that's right in the mix of it, it does not even phrase you guys. But here, these people, they live their life through England.
Yeah.
It's it's just a mess.
Yeah, because that's what I was surprised when you said, "Oh, let's talk about England," because there's different sides of it. You know what I mean? There's different sides. You can talk about the Windrush. You can talk about
Mm-hmm.
the other type of history. You can talk about, you know what I mean? There's so much. That's why I like Benjamin Zephaniah. He's one of my best writers, poet as
Mm-hmm.
well, apart from Mutabaruka, because when they talk, because they're older than me, innit? So when they talk and you're listening to them and you're
Mm-hmm.
hearing about, especially with Mutabaruka in Jamaica, when
Mm-hmm.
he turned Rasta, they had this thing called Bakawal, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or Coral Gardens, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And Rastas had no rights in Jamaica. So even though people got over to Jamaica to Bob Marley Museum, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
etc. At one point, the Rastas was not allowed. They just used to take them and throw them into jail and cut off their locks and all sorts of things. That's why what happened to uh, Nzinga King
Mm-hmm.
was very dramatic. And being my mum is a lot as well. It's like they
Mm-hmm.
was trying to take Jamaica back to them days.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot. There's a lot. Even the Caribbean history is a lot. So
I
and
love
it's
history. That was my favorite subject. I love history. Always did love history, and
yeah.
especially Black history. I love Black history. I just wish that they would have taught it enough, in our public schools.
Mm,
But like I sat there and say, what do you expect? Who wants to sit there and pull the wolves off of these, pull the sheets off of these wolves? These people don't want to
mm,
be exposed. So
yeah.
quite obvious they're going to keep it from us because, you know, I'm still learning each and every day. I'm learning new things.
Mm,
And like I said, look, I didn't know about Kanye was building a school. This right here is new to me. That's what I've been asking the Most High God to send me people that's after, close to my heart, people that, we all on one accord because like I say, iron sharpen iron. None of us have all the answers because I want, that's the kind of people that I want, where I want my setting, it's like family, like we just come in, just like we doing now, just out of the norm. It's like we just in our own house or on the telephone just talking to each other. That's how it feels like at home, right? And
yes.
that's what I wanted to have a feeling like at home, not all that old drama, and which is a little drama, because I ain't gonna tell you just a little drama, but not too much drama, and
Mm,
not all of that stuff. Something that's going meaningful, where it's teachable, informative, like she
mm.
just said. Building schools, that's great. This was a very awesome bill. Thank you both for such a great dialogue. Thank you very, very much. And that's what I want. Make yourself feel at home, because like I say, I'm from the South, and we knows how to show hospitality. Okay. Girl, you got to come to New Orleans, girl. You definitely need to come to New Orleans. And you say all your people, girl, you have to come to New Orleans, because you into all that stuff, and trust me, New Orleans, that's the heart of it. So,
Mm,
girl, look, you go ahead and go to bed, because it's 2 o'clock and
mm,
it's 8 o'clock down here. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for bath. And
mm,
unapologetic facts, college. Thank you guys for that information, because I have more material I'm gonna go ahead and talk about. I'm going to look up Kanye West and his new school.
mm,
Okay, okay. And thank you guys for joining my live. Make sure you guys subscribe to. Let me go ahead and leave Ocean link again, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She's right there in England. Yes, indeed. I
yeah.
just love your girl. I just love your accent,
I like yours more.
girl. I am so southern, girl. I got this old southern accent, girl. I just hate it,
No, it's
and I'm
not.
gonna be, girl. I just hate it, man. And don't you know, I had found out this. I had went on YouTube. People make videos because they wants to hear people with this southern accent. And girl, I got this old Geechee accent, man. Country down in the bayou accent. Look how she's laughing. You see, I'm girl. Like if you say that, I say that. You're.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Real talk. No, it's good that we can have these dialogues without like yes, obviously, like we ain't gonna agree on everything. That's
Oh,
just
I
what it
love it. That's the
right?
uniqueness.
Yeah, exactly, right. But the good thing is that how like we can have a dialogue and each one teach one, and
Hmm.
then you know like I mean, like it's the same thing how you just found out about Kanye West, right? So obviously, right, like I said, I ain't about certain life, as you can tell by the channel. I sort of go different places. I feel my mind sometimes. I'm a typical Sagittarius anyway. I'm
Hmm.
curious about a lot of things. So I used to be like how you used to be like into everything. Oh gosh, don't get me started on the Tiffany Haddish thing. Oh my gosh.
Hmm. Somebody asked me to talk about the Tiffany Haddish, but I'm not touching that.
Oh,
I saw girl. I saw the videos.
oh, you did. So
Oh
did
my
I.
god! I saw the
Yeah.
video.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god! I saw
Oh
the
gosh.
video.
Oh gosh. I'll
Oh
tell
my
you.
god!
Yes. That's what moved me to make my video that day. Do you know that? Do you
You
know?
oh
At
you
first I
made
was
one of it? Oh, you made one about it?
yes.
I'm gonna have
That
to go
day.
watch it.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, because Marie follows me a lot. Marie comes to my chat a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
that day, I wasn't gonna touch on it. I really was. I was gonna let like other people touch on it and stuff like that, right? And then Nick at Night put in the link
Mm-hmm.
because she kept saying it, and I was thinking, what the hell, like
What is a SAG, a SAG? What is that
oh, Sag,
unapologetic? What is
oh,
that?
Sagittarius.
Oh, Sagittarius. Girl, you know I'm old fashioned. I don't be knowing nothing about that.
It's okay. I'm the same. Um, 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 when I watched her video, because Dave Way didn't do it yet, because Sean
Mm-hmm.
Davey Way he does great breakdowns. Okay, I give him his awards for that.
Mm-hmm.
But Neek at Night got there first, right? And
Oh,
then
so Nick at Night is the one that broke the news first?
she broke the news first. I didn't see it anywhere else for at all. She was the first one to get it, and then on her community tab, she must have put this community tab with the link, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. I thought, okay, let me go look. So I kind of braced myself at first. At first, I wasn't gonna do it, and then I
Mm-hmm.
just did it. And then, like you, I was so like crazy mad, like mad crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what moved me to do the to do the video, because with me sometimes it is a bit reactionary, and sometimes the subject or topic will just come to me and I end up doing on that particular subject,
Mm-hmm.
like Mr. Sun God at present now. But
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, he loves himself so much. After the talk that I do with him, I'm not gonna
So
do
what do
another.
you think? What you think about Tiffany Haddish and
Oh yeah, sorry.
Aries Spear, right?
Oh yes, well, let's take a
Let's see if you
breath.
could see if you could sum it up
I
in
know,
in
in
in because
it.
I'm gonna try to leave out at I'm gonna stay till 8:30. Okay, it's 8:13. Okay, sum
Yeah.
it up in 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see if I could do it. Right. Time me now. Time me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um. It's disgusting. It's this ridiculing. He obviously had that. He's obviously that way inclined. She is a handler next as well, and for her to take the because she formed a friendship with the mother. So she must have said to the mother, "Okay, right, if your children come with me, I can make them famous, etc., etc." But
Okay, let me stop it right there. The mother didn't play a part in. The mother didn't have nothing to do with it. It's the sister is the one following the charges. Go ahead.
yeah, the sister, they
But why the
separated.
mother is not following the charges? Why is the sister?
Oh, I don't even know. I just thought after that one video, I wasn't gonna look at it. I just
Come
look at
on,
other
guys, help us out now.
because I feel that what was done to her brother. Her brother's 15 now,
Oh, he's
and
15.
he
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't. He doesn't want a camera on him, and obviously Aries, whatever is the stupid man's name, must have did something to him, right? So he was red when she saw him. And apparently his face was red or something like that, and it's like he's traumatized. So he doesn't even want to take pictures. He's not being a typical teenager. Now teenagers, they're beyond their phones doing all sorts. He's not doing all that. So I think that's what moved the sister to do it.
Hmm. Okay, now they said that it was a skit, and she was bringing awareness to the P. I don't want to say petty. Y'all call it
Mm,
pedo, right?
mhm.
She was bringing. They was bringing awareness. They say at the end of the skit that it says that they bring an awareness so they can show people to be careful about what petties do if you leave them alone with your kids. So it was pretty much of a skit.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
what they was doing. So I want to know, like I said, I really didn't want to talk about it because I saw the video and the video was disgusting, especially when I saw the newspaper. He's peeping through the newspaper, but they say all that was a skit. Okay, I'll say if all that was a skit, it was a part of a little movie or whatever they was trying to do. What's the difference between that skit and all the rest of them that does stuff like this? You remember Color Purple when to
Yes.
me that was one of the worst when
Yes.
Celie, remember when she was with her stepdad when he
Yes.
was raping her, not rape, the
Yes.
big aura, when he did
Yeah.
the big aura on her, until she had a baby for him, and they actually saw that scene. Come on,
Yes.
guys, help me out. Do you remember that the scene that on Color Purple when Celie
Yeah.
did that with her stepdad, and he actually was on top of her, and she at the time when she played that part she was only 14 years old.
Hmm. Yes.
Jason Lee dropped a video showing the victim's mom parting with Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that college. I saw that somewhere, but I didn't watch the Jason Lee one. I saw it flash up on the
So when she
recommendation.
said pardon, or she meant party, partying, he was partying, they had a party together, that's what.
Partying with Tiff. Oh, maybe she must. Maybe she stopped talking to Tiffany Haddish. Maybe that's what she
Mm-hmm.
means, because because um because I saw it right, but I didn't touch it. But like I said, I go to Sean Davy way more because he breaks it down more because he's always
Mm-hmm.
talked about Hollywood and stuff like that. I mean, there's
So
other
what
people.
happened with you with college? What do you mean? Jason Lee dropped a video showing the victim's mom partying. Oh, like having a party. They was all together in a party with a party. Hollywood, yeah, Hollywood is sick.
Very sick. The
And
Nickelodeon. Phew.
mm-hmm,
This is crazy, but
yeah,
not surprising because even in V for I could all right. Sorry, I'm a movie buff. Yeah, in V for Vendetta, the woman dresses as a child and she gets taken
and see
to
right there, that's gonna be held. They're gonna use that if the mom was partying with Tiffany Haddish. They probably use that. But that's what I'm saying. What's the difference? Then Steven Spielberg did a movie with the 14-year-old Celie. You remember the girl played as Celie
mm,
when she was with her stepdad, and they actually that was a horrible scene to watch.
mm,
Hmm.
yeah,
You get where I'm going?
yeah.
So if they
It's
say that was a
like,
skit, it was a part of a play that they was doing. But I
dang,
think that
that's soft porn. That's child porn.
yeah, that's child. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
obvious. You can see
Well, they
because
need to go after Steven Spielberg, what's his name,
everybody,
Spielberg, and
all of them.
all of them, because that scene that he played on The Color Purple, that was kind of, I still can't get that out of my head since I was a
Yeah.
child when I was watching that.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a lot. There's a lot. But yes, I did hear they were friends. I did hear that part. But
Mm,
I didn't hear. I mean, I might. Now you mention it. Now I might have to go and watch Jason Lee's video now to
hmm.
see what they're talking
So
about.
most likely that's why the police didn't take it. That the But
Didn't take it
then I sit there and
seriously.
say that they filed another report with the DA trying to get the DA to go ahead and pick it up. But if they got videos out there where college just say Jason Lee had put where Tiffany was partying with the mom in 2020, then she was all right then. She was
Mm,
all right with what had happened. Most likely, she the one had got the money.
mm,
Like I
yeah,
say, Hollywood is just messed up, and
very.
they've been doing that since the beginning.
Yes, yes.
They've
Way,
been
way
doing
back,
that.
way back from them little black and white movies with those little
Shirley
them little
Temple, you remember Shirley
curly.
Temple, right?
That's the one. Yes, that's the one. Yes, yes.
Hmm.
She
She
went
said
for a
they did
whole.
it under the guise of comedy. Yep, and that's probably
Yeah,
why they never went and pursue that.
yeah.
Because that's what they considered as. It was a
Hmm,
skit.
hmm. He, but but then in the video is like he was enjoying it too much. I don't whether
Hmm.
even if it was a comedy, he was enjoying it too much, and
Hmm.
he just looked as though that's the type of things he's doing. But judging by what was explained, that how the boy's face was red, etc., that how the boy came was red and crying when they met the mom or the sister when the sister saw him or something like that. Sorry, excuse me, little bit cloudy, like, but um I feel that's what moved the sister to make that move too, because like just the main fact that someone separated you, and as Sean Davy Way puts it, they took away the strength. The big sister would have been his strength, because like if she
I
knew,
saw it on Twitter.
yeah, because
Did he
if
get in the tub? Did the man get
yeah
actually
he
get?
did,
He got
yeah
in
he
the
did,
tub with the son?
yeah he did,
I didn't see that part. I saw the part where the child was in the tub and Tiffany had told him to watch him because she had to go run some errands. But
yeah,
I didn't see that when Tiffany left, he got in the tub with the child. So he
yeah,
was in the tub with the child.
yeah, he
Nah,
was,
That
and I
that
think
that's
that's when
that's
it
too far.
happened.
That's too
Yeah,
far.
yeah, and that's where when whatever happened as well, because
Hmm.
they cut it up in places, isn't it? And then you see like after that there's another frame, but it's just like, but yeah, you can see it. Right, man, that man is that way. He's just like,
Hmm.
there's no two telling, because he played it too good. He's like even whether it was in jest or what, it's just, yeah, I can't see now, right? See now, right? I can't even put it into words right now
That's
because I'm just
sad.
thinking about it.
Mm-mm-mm. And like she said, they did it in, like it was supposed to be comedy. But I want to know what was funny about that. But then she said it wasn't to be funny, it was to bring awareness. It was like a PSA.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they could have done it a bit more better than that, or they
Yeah, she said it was a PSA.
could have
I
gotten an
don't know.
older person maybe to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's no way, any which way, it would have been bad. I don't think. I think they should have not have
Mm,
even done it at all. Basically, don't do it at all.
mm.
Basically.
But there's a lot of stuff that's going on in Hollywood and it's that secret society. In order to get into that entertainment world, you got to do some serious dark stuff in order
Mm-hmm.
to be a part of that,
Mm,
and they want you to do something, so when you mess up they can go ahead and pull that card, and that's exactly what they did because they say something about Aries. He said something about Lizzie, right?
mm.
And when he said something about Lizzie, that's when they pulled his card.
Yeah.
And usually that's how it happened. Even with, you remember Bill Cosby, when
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was talking about how blacks needs to pull their pants up and start airing out all black people dirty laundry. That's when they pulled out his card. Look at Ari Kelly. When Ari Kelly didn't sell his master whatever they wanted him to do or pay the piper, they pulled out his card. That's what they usually do. They do stuff like that. But like I say, that's the nature of the beast. Selling your soul for almighty dollars. So they all got to pay the piper, right?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So, girl, on that note, I'm finna get ready for bed because we've been on here for 2 hours and 30
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
But let me tell you something. It's a good thing on my part because I only need about 500 more hours, right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing pretty good. Even though I'm not. I don't edit these videos or anything. I just let them run because I say the more that it runs, the more hours I get. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear what you're
So I
saying.
just now once I start, I get my 4,000 hours.
Mm.
Then I'm gonna start back. You know how I used to make my little videos.
Oh, yes.
I love my videos. I don't know why, girl. I don't know why I took my videos down. Every time I think about it, I just beat myself in the head.
Mm.
I don't know
Mm.
why I did that. Now I got comfortable with this right here, doing my live
Mm.
because my live I don't have to do nothing but open my mouth. I don't have to worry about editing. I don't have to go and do no research. Find all them different clips and put on them videos. I don't have to do none of that stuff. All I gotta do is just open up my mouth. That's it. To me, that's it. I was telling my friend, I say, if I would have been doing this live, shoot, I probably would have had my channel today because as long as I'm, just talking, and making 2 and 3 hour videos, shoot, I probably would have me a little in them commercials running on them videos. Shoot, I probably had me a little money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, but don't let that. Don't just look at that. You see, when I put up my videos, because I enjoy giving the information.
Yeah, and that's me too. That's why I never
Yeah,
went
just
again.
enjoy
I
it.
never jumped on a bandwagon. I said there when they go right, I go. When they go left, I go
You
right.
go right. Yeah,
I never jumped on a bandwagon. As I say, if I was a person that just say everything that every other blogger say, then I know I would have gotten a lot of followers. But
yeah,
to me, when I come on here, I got to stand on my truth. I don't feel right just sitting there just saying something just to be monetized or just to sit there and get paid. I can't sell my soul for that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't sell because this right here, I look at it's like my ministry.
yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Rhonda, you
yeah.
coming in late, girl. We done been on here 2 hours and almost we got 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes, and we gone. But
I,
yeah, look at Rhonda. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
make sure y'all subscribe to Ocean Yummies. I put a link. Let me put a link again. Make sure you go and subscribe to her
yeah.
channel.
Cause,
Very
cause what, cause what I keep saying as well when I do my PSAs, I always say to them, right, you can tell from when I first started to go live because
mm-hmm,
I didn't realize that how like you can open screen. It took like because I was doing it from a tablet first, so you
mm-hmm,
can see from where I started to where I'm at now. Like there's a whole
mm-hmm,
different level altogether. So um yeah, and because like I think it's just the enjoyment that how there's people
mm-hmm,
like interacting with you as well. I think that's the
mm-hmm.
good thing about going live
And girl,
because
sometimes I could talk to you guys better than I could talk to my own family here. That's something, huh? When strangers could entertain you than your own family, right?
yeah, no, yeah. And sometimes and sometimes even on the dark side, I know be just talking to myself, but I mean, I could wait for my viewers to come in, but sometimes I just want to deliver what I got to say, and
I
then
just talk. You soon in a minute when 7 o'clock come, if I come on at 7, I just start talking.
mm,
I just start talking. To me, it's like my therapy. And that's
yeah,
why I sit there and say, I don't like to jump with the bandwagon. To me, it's like my ministry.
mm,
And whether I get paid or not, at least one thing I know I enjoy what I do, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
and
that's
that's the
all that
fun.
matters.
Exactly. That's the fun of it because
Yep.
when I made my first slides, I mean I'm not as swaggy like your video's got that swag in it. Got that swag. You and Amma's got that touch. But
Who?
Amma, so Amma that came on my channel that day from the Netherlands.
Yes.
She has that touch. She's like you and the editing. She's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but me, I just do simple slides like and stuff. I mean, I rather deliver the video, but
people used to think I was going to school for that. I said, no, I didn't go to school for editing. We said that saying, the voiceover and all the editing. And I
Mm,
said, no, it just came natural.
mm.
It
No, it's
just
good.
came natural. I didn't go
Nice.
to school for that.
No, it's good though. It's good because that's one thing. That's one thing definitely deserve your what you call your medals for because there's loads of people who's not good at that. But on the other side, I'm like thumbnails. I love making thumbnails.
Hmm.
I mean, I enjoy it, but I like to. I think I'm a natural teacher sometimes. So
Yeah.
sometimes I will go off on a little rant. I don't know whether you notice it, and then it's like I got to bring myself back to what's going on because
I'm more visual. I have to see it. I'm more in seeing things than to explain it to you. I got to show it to you.
yeah,
Make you feel like you in it. Like when I was doing my videos, it's like
yeah,
it was drawing you into it. Like
yeah,
every time I was making them videos about nature boy, they said, "Oh man, that's the video right there. It's gonna get them stuck and just stay in jail."
yeah, yeah. Exactly,
And
exactly.
I didn't know. I just was making them.
Yeah, but it was so like I said, it's
I don't know why
cinematic.
I deleted those
You should have
videos.
not have listened to the person. You should have just went with your gut feeling
No,
because
my gut sat there and say delete. The people told me not to.
oh yeah, well you should listen to the people because the viewers
But YouTube, I tried twice and
hmm,
YouTube didn't monetize me with those videos. They kept telling me they was considered as reused videos.
oh
And that's why I took it down. But they told me all I had to do is, make fuzzy the pictures and take the voice and do a voiceover, with the voice.
hmm,
But I just went ahead and deleted. But I still got a whole bunch of them. But once I get back monetized, then I'm gonna go ahead and put them back on. But I'm gonna just clean them up some.
hmm.
That's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. So, girl, on that note, I'm finna go, girl, because
Okay.
I'm finna go take my shower because yeah, because my throat's starting to hurt. You know how my throat is because I had that parathyroid surgery.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so unapologetic college, Rhonda, guys. Thank you guys for joining my live. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And make sure you go ahead to my girl Osun Yami and go ahead and subscribe to her channel. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed and you all have a good night. Good night, Ocean.
All right. Good night. Have a good day. Good
All
night,
right,
wherever you
love. Okay, guys.